Justice. Joining us live at this point is Justice N Mittal, former Judge, Allahabad High Court and former Chairman, State Law Commission, Uttar Pradesh. Welcome. Thank you very much for being with us today, sir. How do you view the Supreme Court's verdict and will it put an end to the Bulldozer Justice debate?
Certainly, the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court is very commendable and it is in the public interest. And the Supreme Court has laid down certain guidelines. Once again, the rule of law has been established and the Honorable Supreme Court has said that if the government wants to demolish any construction, firstly, it should give 15 days notice, then a decision must be taken on that. And if the person whose property is going to be demolished wants to challenge that order, he should be given the proper opportunity of hearing. Secondly, the Supreme Court has said that merely because one person is an accused, the demolition action must not be done. Thirdly, very important, that the officers themselves cannot become the judge. It's an old saying in our judges that one cannot be judged in his own cause. So the Supreme Court has further laid down the guideline that if the unauthorized or illegal construction is compoundable, as we see in the matter of development authorities, that if the construction is compoundable, then it must be compounded. And again, Honorable Supreme Court has imposed the liability of the officer concerned if any construction has been illegally demolished or it has been demolished without proper opportunity of hearing, or it has been demolished without giving any notice, then certainly the officer who is nodal officer of that demolition shall be liable for that, and the damages may be recovered from his salary.
Okay. Why do you think, Justice Mittal, has the government resorted then to bulldozer justice in so many cases?
Basically, what we see that there is tendency of unauthorized constructions, there is tendency of encroachment. We see that various temples or mazars are constructed on the public road, public way. And previously, the Supreme Court has categorically said that if any construction on the government land has been made, the government need not to give any notice. So we have to differentiate between the public land and the private land. As far as the construction on the private land is concerned, may be authorized, may be illegal, but the procedure has to be followed. As far as the construction on the public road or public land is concerned, certainly the previous guideline of the Honorable Supreme Court will be followed. And although in those cases also, the proper opportunity of hearing must be given and notice must be given. But you see that whenever any construction is made on the public road or on the public property, nobody comes in front. It's only from the background. So to whom the notice is to be given? Suppose somebody has constructed a temple or a mazar on the public road. He will not write his name that it has been constructed by such and such. And his identity may also not be clear. So in that case, the formality of notice may be a difficult task. But as far as the private property is concerned, the government has to follow the guidelines. And it has always been a principle of law that is called the audio alteram partem. Means no one should be punished without giving proper opportunity of hearing. So in this case also, Honorable Supreme Court has provided the opportunity of hearing, firstly. Secondly, to challenge the order passed by the concerned authorities before the higher authorities.
Yes. Do you think that the government argument of setting precedents with Bulldozer Justice has not worked then?
Basically, there was no such action as far as I can say about the Uttar Pradesh, because it started from the Uttar Pradesh. And whatever demolitions have been made, to my knowledge, they were on the public property. The public land was grabbed by some unauthorized or illegal persons. So I don't think that it will affect the working of the government in any way. But certainly, regarding the public property, the procedure has to be followed.
Yes. Isn't Bulldozer Justice then in itself a lesson to judiciary though also, in a way, in fast-tracking cases to avoid executive from taking coercive steps?
I don't think that it's a lesson to the judiciary also, because all these works are done by the executive. And to my knowledge, various matters were challenged before the Honorable High Court whenever there were orders for demolition. And the concerned persons either had not answered the notice, or they could not show their right of construction on the land in dispute. You have to differentiate between the two. Private land means you are owner of that land, and you do have the documents on that, but the construction may not be as per the plan as has been sanctioned by the Nagar Nigam or the Development Authority. That is another aspect. But as far as the unauthorized construction or land grabbing of the public land is concerned, certainly I think the government may continue such action.
Okay, and finally then, if cases like Nirbhaya have dragged on for 10 years in which there was a clear case of rape and murder, don't you believe that the executive gets forced to resorting to quick steps, to restore people's faith in the system then?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because the proceedings of the court, they are delayed due to various reasons. You cannot blame the judge. You cannot blame the court. You cannot blame the court proceedings. There are certain advocates. There are certain other aspects which also delay the justice. So, taking action by the executive is not by itself. It is certainly within the knowledge of the government and with the permission of the government. And certainly, before taking permission from the government, the executive must have apprised the government about the full facts. But if the executive has apprised the government with half-hearted facts or with wrong facts, then as per today's guidelines, the concerned officer shall be liable to restore the construction, and such construction may be reconstructed from his salary.
Yes, but how do we restore faith then in the judicial system, in order to avoid vigilant justice?
Basically, there are various aspects of encounters. And as you know, that the crime is rising day by day. Various new modes are being operated. And it's also a fact that whenever the police intends to arrest the accused, then the accused uses the force. And it has been provided in our law that if there is use of force which may cause death or may cause fatal injury, then the other person can also, in his private defense, use such force. So, wherever there is encounter, there is magistrate inquiry, there is judicial inquiry, and if it has been found that it was a fake encounter, then certainly, as per the result of that judicial.
Yes. Okay, Justice Mittal, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.